Howdy doody, boys and girls. Welcome to Waynecast number 59, I think it is. So the next one's number 60. Well, it would be after 59, right. Well, what a busy old time, even by my standards. Now this week's been interesting for a number of things. On the personal front, we've been getting the last of the mega shopping sprees done for the new baby. Because we've got a feeling it's going to arrive early, right? Very early. Maybe a month or two early. So we've had to get everything in now. Which is, it's not overly fun, you know what I mean? It's nice buying stuff, but it's not nice having to queue up, because I'm very, very impatient. We have to do a lot of it on a night time, you know, and my son was looked after, you know, my mother would come over and we'd go to the gates and to get a load of stuff in. So we've got most of it. My eyes are watering like an absolute bastard today, because the wind is cold. It's absolutely freezing. And you will have to, excuse me while I wipe my nose, otherwise we're going to have bogies everywhere. Oh god, really need a clean hanky. Right, on the sort of work front, been interesting for a few things. Although we're nowhere near the conference season, I've got to start preparing now, right? Because I've got a few conferences lined up that I've got to do master classes at this year, and also on top of that, although I'm not at Game Developers Conference this year, a lot of my models will be. There's at least 1, 2 so far that will be used by Autodesk for demonstrations. There's another one I've got to do for NVIDIA that they want. So I've got a bloody clue what to make yet. We'll see what we can come up with for that, you know. I've also got the final deadline for the book approaching. April the 30th has to be done by. Done, wrapped up, edited, sorted, the end, right? This is to make sure it comes out in time for SIGGRAPH, because the book is going to be in colour still. So that's the plan anyway. We should have something that looks absolutely blasting. I still haven't got contact with all the artists yet because I've been so bloody busy. You know, I can't get shit done during the day at the moment with all the baby stuff. So at night time, I'm out to pull from literally the second my son gets into bed right way through till 1, 2 a.m. and it's still not enough time, you know. So I'm going to start pulling longer hours again. And we'll see what's happening, you know what I mean. 3D news. I noticed the other day that somebody said to me that looks like Meets Myers has joined the revolution as well. He's put his ZBrush 3 DVD on his site for nothing, which is great, you know. Yeah, Meets, you know, excellent. It shows that there actually is somebody that cares out there, you know, apart from, you know, those that do it for nothing. It was already out and he's already made his money out of it. You know, you could be cynical and say, well, he's already made his fucking money, he's not going to make anything else with 3.5 around the corner. And obviously it's obviously a significant change, otherwise he wouldn't, you know, be making that available for nothing. But either way, you've got to see how we look. He didn't have to do it, but you know, I think it'll still make a bit more available, you know what I mean? But you know my thoughts on that. It's the whole ZBrush world is basically a money-making racket for a lot of people in the tutorial industry, because it's so bloody complex. It's a dream for guys, you know, like me. To think, well, great, it's so complex, nobody can pick it up straight away without, you know, either some serious fucking hours or watching some tutorials or reading books and stuff. That's where guys like me come in. Now, since I said no more, that's it, finished, moved to Mudbox and done stuff for free, I've made a lot of friends, a lot of very powerful friends, and a lot of very powerful enemies. The enemies couldn't give a shit about, right? It's their problem, not mine. But it has given me some interesting occurrences, like, you know, the fact that my models now, there's some of them you won't be able to get moved for. You know, I've actually been asked to submit a lot of stuff for the Autodesk NAM reel, right, NAM 2009. I don't know whether I'm going to have time. It's wonderful, you know, last year I would have bit the hand off somebody for that. But it's quite simply the fact that there's not enough hours in the bloody day. Now, unless I can double models up, right, I'm sort of pissing against the wind, really. I am starting to run out of time. I've had to pull back on the tech support, free tech support online a little bit, because it was starting to take the piss territory. I had a couple of people having a major hissy fit because I dared to say, look, I'm having some time off because I need it for my family, right? And then it was pointed at them, this is not actually my fucking job, right? I'm not getting paid a penny for this, I'm doing it out of the good of my heart. You know, they still had a hissy fit, and I said, well, fair enough, you know, but I'm still not going to help you because this is my downtime. Everybody's allowed some time off, especially over Christmas. But, well, we'll see. People are getting impatient for the service pack for Mudbox. It's actually quite healthy, that. It's good to see people getting impatient for it. From a statistic point of view, it's worth the wait. Obviously the guys are having to make sure that this solves as many bloody issues as they can find and is by itself bug free. Because all software comes with bugs when you write it. Okay, and they're trying to make sure that the service pack doesn't solve 6,000 bugs and create another 200, right? Because they'll get crucified, right? The fact that there's less bugs in that already than there is in ZBrush doesn't matter. It's all just therefore it must be evil, sort of thing. Let's see what time I've got. Oh, loads of time. I'm rattling through this one. Right, some of you have heard that Autodesk are laying off about 750 people. This is slimming down. All companies will be doing it, right? Autodesk over the last couple of years have made some very big acquisitions. They have lots of redundancy in their system. People who are doing the same job, and you only need one lot of salespeople, right, for your 3D apps. You don't need, 6 lots or 4 lots or 3 lots. So the sales guys, obviously, I think they're the ones that I'm imagining is going to go first. I was on a word last night, late before last rather. None of the jobs for the Mudbox guys are going because they are, quote, a special case. That's the long-term game, right? That's all I'm going to say. So that's not an issue at all, thankfully. But you're going to see a lot of stuff this year. See, smaller companies are going to go, all out because they realise that people will go for cheaper software. But the thing is, you see, Autodesk could, if they wanted to, they could afford to drop the price of the software. But if they do that, then once you get out of the recession, people are expected to go, stay the same price, and if they put it back to the original price or higher, they get crucified for it. If you ever wondered why Autodesk stuff gets crucified on CG Talk, it might be interesting to note that every maker of 3D applications has at least one person there as a moderator, right? Except Autodesk. They're not allowed, right? For whatever reason. So Pixlogic are represented. The New Tech and bloody Maxon and everybody's represented except Autodesk. And obviously it's not in their best interest if they work there during the day to load the praises of another application maker. So a lot of the dice are loaded, but everybody knows that, nobody gives a shit, right? I backed off a bit on the hard sell of Mudbox. I've came to the conclusion that people are either going to realise and common sense will prevail or it won't. Alright? I know in the long term it will, because they'll have no bloody choice, because there's some of the features that are coming in here that, once these are patented, nobody else can use them. Right? And these are absolutely brand spanking new ideas. There's a couple I've came up with, one in particular. That if that's slated to see the light of day, I think in the next release, all going well. And that should hit pretty hard. It's an interesting one, something you won't see before. See, there's something in the head apart from just sculpting, right? I've actually got quite a good business brain. I've always said I'm an ideas man. That's where my strong point lies. I come up with ideas. The other people often don't think about. But that's beside the point. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I hear the dogs are going mental again. Hey, listen. Fucking hell. But yeah. So, it's an interesting time for me. It always is, isn't it? Strain is starting to show a bit because I'm having to pull much longer hours than I ideally want to. I didn't want to pull the hours I'm having to at the moment, but I'm at that point in my career where I've got to. In fact, I'm not pulling half the hours I should be. This is a one-shot deal in many ways. Now we're trying to find somebody for SIGGRAPH that, to make sure there's copies of the book there, because there's obviously a lot of bloody sales there, right, when I'm up doing this freaking masterclass. I'm not missing out on that dosh for anybody. So we'll have a look. I've got a couple of ideas of people we can approach, either myself or Wordware, about this, because I can assure them there's a book they're going to want to stock. There'll be no killing this one. Simple as that. I've got the full weight of Autodesk behind me on this one. So there you go. Right. Time for me to go. I'll go on to part 2. Right. I'll see you in part 2. Bye.